trusted news source, ABC6 News at Noon.
Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. We start with the weather on this really nice June Friday afternoon. Looking live over Providence. It's just great out there today. Chelsea's in the Weather Center with your first forecast. Hi, Chelsea.
Hey, Doreen. It really is a gorgeous day. We are seeing mild temperatures, sunshine from start to finish, as opposed to the heavy rain we had yesterday morning, and really comfortable conditions. You'll remember yesterday at noontime, we had dew points that were hovering in the upper 60s and low 70s. And what that means is that it was feeling really, really humid outside yesterday. Now today, those dew points are down to the 50s, leaving us with much more comfortable air in place. Breeze is coming in out of the west around 13 miles per hour. A few gusts at times this afternoon. Temps at the moment in the low to mid 70s range, and will warm up close to 80 as the day progresses. Your satellite radar image shows you dry, quiet conditions, and we'll continue to see sunshine through the afternoon with just some passing fair weather clouds at times. Again, those temperatures hovering around 80 degrees for our inland spots as we head into the afternoon hours. Now, overnight, some clouds start to roll in, and we end up with a few more clouds around this weekend. I'll have much more in your full forecast in just a few minutes. Doreen?
All right, Chelsea, thank you. A 28-year-old man was shot in the leg on the highway last night, right near the Elmwood Ave exit. State police tell us the man got into an altercation with another driver, and when they pulled over to the side of 95, the other driver shot him. The man walked off the highway and was found by Providence police. Shell casings were found on the highway, but police say the victim is not cooperating with this investigation. And ABC6 with a focus on our schools now. Today marks the deadline for schools in Rhode Island to submit their security plans to the state. Last month, Governor McKee called for all districts to assess the safety levels at their schools in the wake of the shooting in Uvalde. ABC6 News reporter Yanni Trigelis is live for us in the newsroom with more on this. Yanni?
Doreen, by the end of the day today, school districts must have their survey submitted to the Department of Education, and from there, the results will be assessed and recommendations will be provided. And a member of the School Safety Committee says they're mainly looking to improve camera systems and entrance securities at schools. Friday, marking the deadline for schools to submit their walkthrough surveys prior to the Rhode Island School Safety Committee providing recommendations to school districts.
Our team looks at them, and then we provide feedback to each of the superintendents on what we see on the all hazard site survey reports.
Districts worked with local police departments to identify safety issues within their buildings and will be eligible for up to $500,000 if areas needed to be upgraded are identified.
Things that would harden the exterior of the building, so we're looking at those. We're looking at systems for internal and external surveillance,
as well as putting up as many obstructions as possible to slow down an intruder in the case one was on school grounds.
Some things that would prevent easy ability to look in and out of windows.
At the Lincoln Public School District, where Filippelli is superintendent, he spoke about some of the areas they identified through their walkthroughs, which they will allocate funds to over the summer.
Upgrading the camera systems in all of the elementary schools, adding more exterior lighting.
Schools are aiming for any upgrades made to be complete by the start of next school year. And in addition to these upgrades, I'm told the Safety Committee is looking to add yearly staff and student training on what to do in emergency situations, not just drills. In the newsroom, Yanni Trigelis, ABC6 News.
All right, Yanni, thank you. And at the State House, 3 gun control bills will be voted on by the Rhode Island House in a rare Friday session today. One bill would raise the legal age to own a firearm from 18 to 21. Another would make it unlawful to carry a loaded rifle or shotgun in public. And a third bill makes it a felony to possess any semi-automatic gun capable of holding more than 10 rounds of ammo. A House committee pushed the bills through to the floor on Thursday. Tax relief and ARPA funds among the highlights unveiled in the state budget last night. The House Finance Committee approving the $13+ billion budget for 2023. It includes eliminating the car tax a year early as it was already being phased out. It also includes a child tax credit for those making less than $100,000 a year. Also, there would be no increase in unemployment taxes. The budget now goes to the full House, which is slated to take it up on June 16th. One notable omission from the budget was funding for the Tidewater Landing project. Speaker Shikarchi says there has been no formal ask for additional funding for the proposed soccer stadium in Pawtucket. And this morning, the governor's office saying that it is calling for a meeting with the Commerce Board for next week to further consider investment. The project is looking for $30 million in state support amid rising costs with inflation and supply. Well, PVD Fest is back in downtown Providence after 2 years of scaled back activities due to the pandemic. There are no vaccination or masking requirements, and you can expect to see over 200 artists and 30 plus places to grab a bite to eat. PVD Fest kicks off today from 5 until 10. Officials are hosting a preview right now downtown. We'll have more on that first at 4. And it's also the 250th anniversary of the burning of the Gaspee, and the Gaspee Day celebration commemorating that with a huge parade celebration is this weekend. Casey Cantz is live for us in Warwick with the look as we continue our We Love New England summer series at Gaspee Days. Case?
Yeah, Doreen. But first of all, how about the forecast from Chelsea, huh? Hall of Famer out here today. Hopefully get more of this weekend. Talk about the great volunteers we have for this Gaspee Parade celebration. Another volunteer made this, our set that we're using today. And also, Christian, if you can get a shot, if you see that buoy that's out there, that buoy is actually where the replica of the Gaspee will be burned on Sunday at 4 o'clock. And when we're talking about Gaspee Days, we're obviously talking about a huge moment in American history that literally took place right here in our backyard. And give you more historical perspective, an incredible artifact back in Rhode Island this morning, an exclusive here. Does the name Darius Sessions ring a bell? Well, our ABC6 cameras rolling this morning for a special ceremony here in Patuxent Village. Darius Sessions, the former deputy governor of Rhode Island, who helped protect the Rhode Islanders involved in the Gaspee affair following the burning in 1772. One of the few remaining artifacts of Sessions was this chair that he would sit in when he'd meet with General George Washington. That chair officially being donated this morning by Robert Porter Lynch, with the hopes of it now touring around to various museums throughout New England.
What's important about this chair is sitting in this chair, Darius Sessions was engaged in some very important legal letters back and forth, and I've documented those. And all of those documents show that Sam Adams said to Darius Sessions in one of his letters, "The fate of America is in your hands." Because one other part of the story that's very important is during the Revolution, George Washington sat in this chair. And Darius Sessions left his normal home in Rhode Island and went to his command center farm in Pomfret, Massachusetts, Connecticut. And at that command center, that's where they were running all kinds of intelligence information.
Yeah, those meetings that George Washington and Darius Sessions had in Connecticut. That's pretty incredible stuff. It really is. And Robert's father, who was actually in possession of that chair, he founded the Patuxent Rangers. And really just goes way, way back with the history here at the Gaspee Days. We have much more coming up in just a little bit. Doreen?
All right, Casey, thank you. Now to the Celtics in the NBA Finals. Boston should be rocking again for Game 4 at the Garden tonight. The Celtics came away with a Game 3 win in the first Finals game in the city in more than a decade Wednesday. Jaylen Brown had a team-high 27 points for the season, Game 3. He talked yesterday about how playing strong offense and defense has been part of the identity of this team.
It's who we are. It's who we've been. Play both sides of the ball. You know, everybody on our team, it sets a tone from the top to the bottom. When you step on that court, you better bring it on both ends of the ball. So it sends messages to everybody.
Game 4 tips off at 9 o'clock tonight. You can catch it right here on ABC6. And Boston is bringing back the watch party tonight. The city bringing fans together in Copley Square Park. Games 1 and 2 had watch parties outside Faneuil Hall. There was no group watch for Game 3 because of the weather. There is much more still to come here on ABC6 News at noon. The high-stakes primetime hearing on the January 6th attack on the Capitol, emotional testimony, and graphic video. We're going to head back to Warwick ahead of the Gaspee Days Parade. KC Live is part of our We Love New England summer series. And later, Britney Spears' ex crashes her wedding. The details from California a little later. ABC6 with our continuing coverage of the January 6th riot at the nation's capital and the House Select Committee's highly anticipated primetime hearing, sharing some of the findings of their investigation. ABC's Jay O'Brien has more from Washington.
To a primetime television audience, the House Select Committee investigating the January 6th attack on the Capitol, methodically laying out the results of its 11-month-long investigation. The committee arguing the deadly Capitol riot was an attempted coup and arguing former President Donald Trump was at the center of a conspiracy to overturn the 2020 election. During the hearing, playing taped testimony from those in Trump's inner circle, like former Attorney General Bill Barr and his daughter Ivanka, to make the case Trump knew he'd lost the election.
I made it clear I did not agree with the idea of saying the election was stolen and putting out this stuff, which I told the president was bullshit.
And Trump's former top aide Jason Miller telling the committee that a top data analyst on the campaign told Trump he'd lost the presidency. The committee's presentation also including this video showing Enrique Tarrio, the leader of the Proud Boys, meeting with Stuart Rhodes, the head of another far-right group, the Oath Keepers, in an underground garage the day before the Capitol attack. The new footage also showing rioters brutalizing police. And here, Capitol Police Officer Caroline Edwards struggling to hold the line against the mob. Moments later, thrown to the ground and knocked unconscious.
What I saw was just a war scene.
Republican Congresswoman Liz Cheney, the committee's vice chair, not mincing words about Trump's alleged culpability in the riot or that of her Republican colleagues who continue to support him.
There will come a day when Donald Trump is gone, but your dishonor will remain.
Now, Cheney claims the committee has documents proving that shortly after the January 6th Capitol attack, several Republican congressmen reached out to President Trump for pardons for their role in trying to overturn the election, something at least one Republican congressman who was named by the committee calls a lie. The January 6th committee will hold their next public hearing on Monday. In Washington, I'm Jay O'Brien, ABC News.
Well, next at noon, the final preparations are underway for the Gatsby Days Parade. We're going to check in with Casey in Warwick. And Chelsea has your full 7-day forecast when we come back, too. We're back, and we love New England. It is the 250th anniversary of the burning of the Gatsby, and this weekend it is the always popular Gatsby Days Parade. Casey Kantz is live for us in Warwick, getting us ready for all the festivities tomorrow. Hi there, Case.
Hey again, Doreen. I'll tell you what, as much of a celebration as this is going to be this weekend, which I and many are so excited for. I've really just gotten lost in the history walking around today. There's just so much. We've tried to show you as much as we possibly can. We referenced the point in which the replica of the Gatsby will be burned on Sunday at 4 o'clock. We were walking around this morning. We actually saw the construction being finalized on the Gatsby replica, which was really neat. We showed you the Darius Sessions chair in the last hit. And we have another artifact we want to show you as well, because our good friend Ron Barnes from the Patuxent Rangers, he showed us around the Patuxent Ranger Armory this morning. Take a look at what we found there.
So this piece is one of the really important things here in the Armory. This is a slate that hung on the building that replaced the Sabin Tavern. So, and you can see it says clearly, Sons of Liberty. Upon this corner stood the Sabin Tavern, in which the evening of June 9th, 1772, the party met and organized to destroy the H.R. schooner Gatsby, in the destruction of which was shed the first blood in the American Revolution. So this hung on that building for a number of years, and one of the cool things it lends towards is that the burning of the Gatsby was organized. There's some thought of whether it was just, circumstances and everything worked out. That would make you think a little bit that it says Sons of Liberty up there, that they were behind it and it was truly organized.
Ron had so much fun at the Armory this morning. Thanks again for that.
Oh, you're welcome. I'm glad you enjoyed your stay in Patuxent Village this morning.
That's such a great time. Steve, Aaron, everybody that's made this morning possible. The Gatsby Day celebration hasn't even begun yet, though. That's coming up tomorrow, starting at 10 o'clock for the parade. All the festivities last all weekend. I know Chelsea Priest is very excited. A Warwick girl. She's got your forecast. Thanks again, guys.
And now, your ABC6 Storm Tracker weather with meteorologist Chelsea Priest.
I'm so excited. Casey's exploring my neck of the woods out in the Warwick area. Love Gatsby Days Parade. Been going since I was a little kid, and it looks like tomorrow should be a decent day for it. We're not talking about perfect sunshine, but sometimes that's okay. A few clouds can break up any sun kind of beating down on you all morning and all afternoon long. We'll see a blend of sun and clouds into the afternoon, with those temperatures tomorrow topping out mainly in the mid to upper 70s range. Outside today, picture perfect. Barely a cloud in sight over Richmond. Some of us are getting a few passing fair weather clouds, but overall it's a really gorgeous day and a nice, seasonable, comfortable day here in southern New England. Yesterday we managed to get into sunshine into the afternoon, but it stayed so humid outside. Today we're looking at temperatures in the low to mid 70s range right now. There's a breeze that's coming in, but mainly from the west, about 5 to 15 miles per hour. And that's important because even at the coastline we have temperatures in the 70s, since we're not getting that breeze coming in directly off of the water, of course with the exception of the islands. A few gusts coming in as well, around 15 to 20 miles per hour, not overly windy, but a little bit of a breeze this afternoon. And with that wind from the west, the dew points drop significantly. We talk about dew points when we talk about the moisture content in the atmosphere. Yesterday, we had dew points into the upper 60s and low 70s. It was really, really humid. Today, these dew points have dropped down into the low 50s, a much more comfortable afternoon ahead of us. And we're going to stay comfortable through the day tomorrow as well. You're going to see a peak in humidity as we head through later in the day Sunday. Certainly feeling more muggy out there overnight and into the first half of Monday. That's going to come along with our next chance of some steady rain here in southern New England late Sunday, overnight into Monday. As soon as that clears out, much more comfortable through at least the middle of next week. So a little peak in humidity for the later part of the weekend, but both today and tomorrow look pretty comfortable. Loop over the past 6 hours shows you dry conditions, so it shows you sunny conditions. We're going to see a few thin passing fair weather clouds, those nice fluffy clouds out there as we head into the afternoon and into the early evening. But any evening plans you might have, we're in great shape. We'll continue to stay dry. Now we head into tomorrow, you'll start to see a few more clouds around the area. Again, I don't think that it's a overcast day. I don't think it's a perfectly sunny day tomorrow. We kind of go back and forth, that mix of sun and clouds as we head through the afternoon, mid to upper 70s expected inland. Now into the evening hours, some clouds. I can't rule out a sprinkle. I think the risk is really, really low, but there may be a few little raindrops late tomorrow afternoon, more so into the evening. Heading into Sunday morning, we start with mostly cloudy, dry conditions. By Sunday afternoon, though, late in the afternoon into the evening, some rain starts to move in. And again, that rain is with us overnight and into Monday morning. So enjoy the sunshine we have today. Honestly, the best day of our few upcoming days, about 80 degrees. If you can get outside after work today or enjoy the afternoon outside, we're looking at just really nice, comfortable conditions. If you're trying to get on the water, high tide at 5 o'clock this evening. The breeze is coming in out of the west, some gusts around 20 knots, so just keep that in mind. But otherwise, a really nice day out there. Clear, comfortable overnight, temps in the upper 50s. And then tomorrow, again, not perfectly sunny, not overcast. We just go back and forth with a mix mix of sun and clouds, highs in the upper 70s. 7-day forecast shows temps hovering in the upper 70s and low 80s today and tomorrow. On Sunday, we start dry, but rain comes into the area later in the day, continuing overnight into early Monday morning. Doreen?
All right, Chelsea, thank you. Still ahead, inside Britney Spears' wedding and her ex who crashed the party. And the mystery in Texas over a creature caught on camera outside a zoo. Back now with some stories that are trending today. Britney Spears is a married woman again. She married 28-year-old Sam Ashgari yesterday at her mansion in Thousand Oaks, California. About 60 people reportedly attended the ceremony, but it wasn't without drama. Police were called after Spears' ex-husband, Jason Alexander, crashed the wedding. He is arrested and charged with trespassing and battery. Well, stranger things are afoot in Texas, specifically Amarillo, where officials want the public's help in figuring out what this is. It's a security camera photo of a bizarre figure walking outside the Amarillo Zoo. City authorities say the image is real and they are baffled. They're now asking the public for some input via social media. Some suggestions include the Wolfman, Chester Cheetah, and other fictional beasts. When we come back, Chelsea has another look at your afternoon forecast. Stay with us. Oh, Chelsea, we got to get out of here and enjoy this day.
Seriously, been counting down the
Yes.
minutes. I love work. I love the outdoor and a nice day too. It's so sunny and nice and comfortable today. Temperatures are around 80 degrees. Tomorrow, we're looking at temperatures in the mid to upper 70s under a mix of sun and clouds. On Sunday, we'll start the day dry. Rain will start to move in later in the day, overnight and into Monday. You'll feel more muggy on Sunday as well. But again, I've been saying it for most of the week. Not a bad weekend, not a perfect weekend, not a bad weekend though, with seasonable temperatures expected. So
Yeah,
should be
nothing
good.
to wash out
Yeah.
and change any plans, really.
Exactly.
All right, Chelsea, thank you. And thank you for joining us for ABC6 News at noon. The news continues first at 4. Have a great weekend, everybody.